Hi y'all, Daniel Sherman here. Today is February the 13th, 2026. Just kind of want to tell you what I did today. Hopefully this will, in the series Every Day in the Life of an Attorney, you kind of get to see what I get to do. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. So today, drove from Muhlenberg County, that's where I reside, and drove to Logan County, that's about an hour away. Had a DUI case, and a couple other like criminal mischief and a few other charges. Got the DUI part dismissed. The police failed to follow proper protocol. I filed a motion to suppress. In Kentucky, you're required, after administration of a breath test or blood test, you're required to inform the individual that they have a right to an individual blood test that they're choosing. The police did not inform them of that, or at least did not inform them after the breath test, because it doesn't do any good to tell somebody before you even give them the breath test, hey, by the way, you have this, you have this right to have a blood test of your choosing. Well, you're not going to want to know the decision on that until you see what the breath test is, because you blow under the legal limit. There's no point to have the breath test. So the statute's very clear. It's got to be done afterwards. I've had about 4 or 5 cases, actually my last 4 or 5 cases, where that happened, and they've had to get rid of it. And it's just kind of, I don't know if they're just not training them right now or what's going on, but they have not been following that. So that's what I got to do this morning. Then after that, I'm driving from Logan County now to Henderson County. That's about an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute drive. I have to meet the evidence guy in charge of, there's a videotape I've got to watch. I've got a case, it's a sex offense tape, supposedly possessed, child pornography, and so I've got to see, unfortunately, what it is. It's not something, anybody enjoys doing, but it's, something that has to be done. This case was a little interesting in the sense that it was his stepdaughter, and at least his story is she complained that, her privates were hurting. He took a video of it, sent it to the mother, and then the mother looked at it, thought it was a little bit weird, and then child services gotten involved. And of course, after all that, mom says, well, yeah, I guess it really wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So I've got to go see the video, because I don't know how good it is. I don't know how bad it is, because it's going to have a real effect on how I advise my client, because if it's something that looks sexual in nature, he's going to have to seriously consider taking a plea. If it looks like it's really done for medical, I don't want to say medical diagnosis, not a doctor, but to say, hey, look, what does this look like? I just want to show mom the picture. Then we might have a case. But so that's what I'm doing today. As you can probably tell, since I'm taking these videos driving, I do a lot of driving. I will put 50,000-60,000 miles on a car at least a year. Living in a small rural town in Kentucky. Not a lot of lawyers in Western Kentucky, so I've got cases, all across Western Kentucky. I've even, had them in Eastern Kentucky, and there's a lot of driving. Just a little history lesson for you guys. Kentucky has 120 counties, and if you don't know where the courthouse is, it is in the middle of the town. That's really no exception. At least the old courthouses were. Now they've built some new courthouses to where they've moved them a little bit further out. And the reason they did that is because the judges used to circuit ride. So what you would do is you would, go to one county one day and then a county the next. And so you had them that they were, supposed to be exactly 1 day horse ride apart. So whatever took you to get on a horse and buggy and go that for a day, that's how far they're apart. So they're all about 22, 23 miles apart from the center of the towns to the county seats. A little different in Northern Kentucky because they have those 3 counties have 2 county seats, but for the most part, that is how the counties are divided. And that's the best way to know, hey, where's the courthouse? Okay, where's the middle of the town? Each county has a county seat, so it's going to be in a city. And in Muhlenberg County, it's Greenville. I was in Logan County today, so that's Russellville. And then Henderson County, Henderson. So that's kind of how it works. So that's my day for today, and I'll keep you updated. Next week is not quite as busy. They have a prosecutors conference, so it's going to be more on my civil side of the docket. So I'll kind of keep you guys posted on that. You get to see what I get to do every day. Take care.